Okay. All right. Where's my slideshow from the beginning? Okay. All right. So this class today is going to lead into my series of classes for next month. If you've heard a little bit about it, it's going to get you guys to talk to each other, describing your day, and each person will talk back and forth to each other, asking certain questions about their day. This is just kind of a lead into it. This is my final class for the month, but let's go ahead and get started here. This Noggin Istowitska. Noggin Istowitska. It means, what are you doing? More commonly said for me is nastoncha. That's just slang and dialect to where everything is just brought down to nastoncha. Judy here said that noggin istoncha is how she hears it. So there's a few different ways it can be said, but noggin istowichka is the base of it. The way I hear it is nastoncha or stoncha. Judy, my lovely boss behind me over here, says noggin istoncha. But all of them are correct. Okay. Can I get you two to repeat that for me, however you've heard it or want to say it?
Noggin istoncha.
Okay. Chinda D King.
Nakstoichka.
Much say. Okay, let's go to the next one here. Okay, so let's break down this sentence. If you're familiar with my classes, I'll just go over a sentence. I'll break it down. Noggin means what? Istowichka. I had to ask where the istowi came from. It comes from istomida, which means to do something. That M in our language kind of gets flipped upside down a lot. Istomida, istowida. So it'll mean to do something. And if you're familiar with the echka or echki, that's the second person for you. The V makes it a question. Any questions on that so far? Pretty straightforward. So let me emphasize on the M there for istomida. Like I said, the M gets flipped upside down and it's pronounced like a W a lot. Istowida. You can hear it in Molwin. People will say Molman with an M. So it's just one of those things, I guess. I don't know. But let's go on to the next one here. So somebody asked you, Nastonsa, here's the 3 different examples of what you could say. Home base, yagabes, nothlejes. Means I am eating, I am walking, I am cooking. Either one of those. Okay, let's break down those top 3 words. Home base, yagabes, nothlejes. Well, let's get you guys to say that first. Dr. King.
Dr. King, that's somebody else.
Well, I see
Home
a D.
base. Yeah, that's David King.
Okay.
Dr. King's my brother.
Oh, okay.
Hombres, yagabes, nothlejes.
Yeah, nothlejes.
Nothlejes.
Yep, let's say, okay, Cassandra.
Home base, yagabes, nothlejes.
Much say. Okay, so the base words of these 3 words here, hombida, yagabida, nothlejida. All of them mean to eat, to walk, to cook. That ETV is essentially the to part, TO. So in order to make this a first person statement, you drop the ETV, add in the I, and then add in the S. The I sound is an AY sound. So A means first person, I or me. And the S is just your ending statement. Comment similar to like dos. If you're familiar with some of the learning, hombis, that means he, she, or it is eating. And so what you're doing here is adding this I in place of an E. But if you've heard me say it before, I stay away from that kind of talk because people kind of hear it incorrectly. So home base, yagabes, nothlejes. I is making it first person for I or me, and then the S is just the ending of it. Okay, Any questions on that one before I go to the next one? If not, go. Okay, so here are the questions you can ask with it. Nagan hombetsa, estan yagabetsa, nagan noflejetsa. Your sentences are, what are you eating? Where are you walking? What are you cooking? Can I get start with Cassandra to say those 3 sentences or questions, please?
Nagin hombetsa, eston yakobetska, nagin nothejetsa.
Let's say, Mr. King.
Nagan Hombitska, Isten Yugabitska, Nagan Noflijits,
Let's say noflejetsa. This, I don't know if you can see this cursor here, this mouse. Let me see. But the estan can be replaced with estiman, estiman, estimaman, stan, done. So it just all depends, however you want to use it.
There's
So
a lot of different ways I hear it said.
Yeah, so if you're more comfortable saying estiman or estiman, either one, that'll work. So whatever you feel comfortable, however you're feeling saucy, just go ahead and say it. Okay, so yeah, estiman yagabitsa, that'll work too. So we all know what noggin means. Noggin is what? Estan. I didn't put the other examples here, but it means where. Estan, estimaman, estiman, estman, all those mean where. So I didn't break down each one individually, but it's the same thing. Hombida, yagabida, noflegida all mean to eat, to walk, and to cook. So to make that a question form, here's how you break it down. Drop the ETV, add this etsa on each of them. Because if you remember, hombida, yagabida, noflegida all have that ETV ending. You're going to drop that ETV, add this etsa. And etsi would make it you. So if you were to just to say hombetsi, that means you are eating, or yagabetsi, you are walking, or noflejetsi is you are cooking. But to make it a question now, you have to add this sound at the end of it, this B. And so that comes hombetsa, yagabetsa, noflejetsa. So now, if you were to ask these questions without noggin, estun, noggin, can anybody give me a guess on what you're saying there? Or say them for me without the what and where, Mr. King.
Hombitska, Yugabitska, Noflijitska.
Okay, and then what are you asking in those sentences without what and where?
Oh. Now what? I'm kind of.
Okay, so imagine this first sentence up here, noggin hombetsa doesn't have noggin in front of it. It's just hombetsa. What is that question asking? If I ask you hombetsa.
Are you eating?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Are you eating? Now, if I put noggin in front of it, noggin hombetsa, it means what are you eating? You're asking specifically. And then so with this yagabetsa, Cassandra, what am I asking there?
With which one?
Yagabetsa, the second one.
Are you walking?
Let's say, and then now you add an istan or estiman yagabetsa, and what is that asking now?
Where are you walking?
Let's say, and then the both of you, the first one to answer wins. Noflejetsa.
What
Are you cooking?
Yep, are you cooking? So if you add in noggin noflejetsa, what are you cooking? It's a specific question, like what are you cooking? Taklik, samoki, anything. So, hey, any questions on that one? Because we're about to have some fun before Cassandra's dog starts barking.
Did you say you could use like in Yugabitska, Yugabitska, just sten?
Yeah, that's that stun comes from estun.
Yeah.
Stun is just saying it without the e. Stun yugabetsa. That works there too.
Okay.
So, and you could also, I've heard it said done with just the TV in. So it all depends on dialect, slang, however you heard it. All of them work in my eyes. But yeah, that's a good question to ask. Well, let's go on to the next one. And now here's your practice here. This is what I want you guys to try to say with no Mvskoke translations on the side. Let's get into practice here with conversation. So I'll just have you two do it since it's just you two here. Let's go with Mr. King, you'll be Stajati number 1. Cassandra, you'll be Stajati number 2.
Ice,
Jeszcze stongo.
stołek extenda.
Ooh,
Sorry.
that's okay.
How did you wait? Repeat that one. I'm writing that down because I hadn't heard that before.
Oh, stołek extenda.
And you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm fine. How are you?
Ihi tongo dos. Nagin esta wechka.
Oh, I'm better. Did I say that wrong?
Not necessarily, but it's not the sentence that I have up there. That'll work. What you said was Ombud and Ayas is you were saying, I'm going to eat.
I'm going to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for practice purposes, let's use any one of those 3 sentences there. I am eating, I am walking, or I am cooking.
I am Yagabis.
I am, you got it. I must say. That'll work.
It's
Okay,
just coming out wrong.
that's all right. You got this. Okay, Cassandra, Stajati 2.
Ston yugavetsa.
Glovan Ihandois. Sorry.
No, that works. That's okay. That's okay. But in that sentence right there, what you said, just go ahead and translate it for us, and then I'll tell you.
I've just said I'm going to the store or somewhere.
The town.
The town.
Yeah. And so in your context of your conversation, she says, where are you walking? And
Yeah.
you said, Doloban Ayahando is, and which is a good sentence to use, but you were already physically walking. And the way you said Ayahando is, I'm going to go to town. It's like a future tense, like you're going to do it, like you haven't done it yet. But that works. That's good. That's good. So let's try town. I'm walking to town then.
Glovan Yugabahando is Yugabiste.
Yeah, Yagabe. Because if you add in that ahan, you're saying you're going to do it, like a future tense, like you're not already walking. So in the practice sentence that we have here, you're already saying, I am walking, like you're physically walking. And she says, where are you walking to? And you could say, I am walking to town. You could say, I'm going to walk to town, but you know, that's a future tense. So you can say, I'm walking to town, normal conversation. So Delovan, Yagabes stay. That's good. Must say. Okay, let's go ahead and reverse the roles. Cassandra, Stajati number 1. Mr. King, Stajati number 2.
Jeszcze
Stongo.
stongesos.
Max Stołecka.
Home base.
Nagin Hombitska.
Well, I said eating, but I'm actually just drinking coffee.
Okay.
I'll change it.
I'm eating lunch.
I'm about to get something sweet, so I'll just change it. Chocolate Jumby. Home base.
Let's say.
Ilimahe.
Very good, guys. Very good. Okay. I'm glad you guys are participating. Let's keep it going. You guys are walking and eating. Now let's see what you guys are cooking. And we'll just stick with the same order here. Cassandra, you'll be number 1, and Mr. King, you'll be number 2.
Okay. It's Jay.
Stongo.
Ihnitongolos.
Max Stołecka.
no sé, Jace.
Nagin no flavorですか?
What would I be cooking?
Dolores.
Tolosi. Yeah. Tolosi, no sé, Jace.
Oh. It's in my head.
Let's say. Very good, guys. Very good. Okay, so now since we've ran through this and it's only been 10, 15, 20 minutes in the class, let's go ahead and give you a taste of what we're going to do next session. If you guys want to join me in next month of classes, what we're going to do is I'll ask you, and that means what did you do like earlier, as in today? And then what I want you guys to do is much in the language, say what you did. It could be, Mojanet Dokes, on this for you no ma, Untoko Ayahando, like when today I worked, when I was done, I went home. And then Cassandra and I will ask you, or whoever's not speaking will ask, well, like, how was work, or, anything like that. So who wants to be my first volunteer to tell me what they did today?
You mean what we did this morning?
Yeah. Well, just anything. It could be a lie. It could be whatever, just as long as you're talking. So I'll just start with you since you were the first brave soul to talk to you. Don't go, Mr. King. Not going to store stays up.
Wolfland. I was going to say the word. I forgot. I forgot what I was going to say. Wolfland Chagabahan stay.
Let's see.
I bet to say I was working hard. I forgot what working was.
Oh, Yixing Adokes.
Yeah, Adokes. Wolfland Adokedos.
Let's say.
Oh.
Yellow Jacket. Let's say. Okay.
Jinda Cassandra. Next door, it's got.
What did I do? I didn't do nothing today.
Adokes got.
How do you say I've been lazy?
Mostly always. In Oakley is lazy.
In Oakley, Louis.
I've heard that one.
Yeah,
I'm on California time, so I literally woke up, ate and had some coffee, and played with my dog, and that's it.
Okay, so one of you guys can ask me, and I'll try to tell you what I did today, and then you guys ask me questions. Okay, so Noggin esto skeisha would be the question. What did you do earlier or today?
What was that again?
Noggin esto skeisha.
Let's say. Oh, hayati oven ahanotes on Hititsi. Adokida ayahando is on homewood nisse is breakfast noge. More when homemade is hayawata adoke is imada and soko open is Modigos. That's it. Okay, so what did you guys hear? Ask me a question if you know from what I said.
You got up, went late, or bought something to eat, and then went to work. And then I lost you.
But yeah, that was basically it. So now what I want you to do, Mr. King, is to ask me a question in the language from what I said.
Yeah. Noggin Humbediska. Noggin Humbediska.
Let's say. Burger King home bay is
Burger King, Hilly Mahe.
Breakfast sandwich. He don't know stay. Okay, Cassandra, ask me a question from what I said.
Okay. Well, shoot, you just answered all of what I was going to ask about. What kind of what do you have for breakfast? So let's see. I need to look up. I don't remember the word for work. I know you said it twice already today, and it just has not stuck with me yet. Hold on.
I wrote it in the chat for you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. What's that mean?
Mado.
Oh, okay. You got it.
See if this is correct. Stenodochka. Stenodochka.
Yeah, stun, adoketsa.
Where do you work? Is that
Yeah.
correct? Mhm.
Yeah. Anda, Mvskoke opanaga, adokeda, so go oven, adokes. Mvskoke language program, noge.
Mache.
So here's a question I've heard you guys ask or say, like, so instead of saying, I'm gonna put it in the chat, instead of saying hidi mahi, like I say I ate Burger King, hidi mahi, you could ask this right here. I put it in the chat. Hidi roa, was it good or is it good? That would be a question, like if somebody says, I ate this, I'm frying chicken, is it good? So hidi roa would be, is it good?
Ididoa.
Oh, there's jamba.
Enga moment Mvhayv television afterwards. I'm in a restaurant. I can't really
I
talk
know.
too much.
Other jumbo eating restaurant. Let's see. Okay, so since you guys got an idea of how it was supposed to go, let's try it again. This is I'll go to Cassandra. Naga Stoiskeza. Cassandra, maybe her dog started barking. Okay, so I'll go to Mr. King now. I think you can unmute. I don't know if you got a dog there barking at you. So let's try to talk in future tense. So I'm going to ask you, what are you going to do, like later? Nagin istoa hadsa. And then in the language, as much as you can, just tell me what you're going to do later.
Actually, in Dokits, lost it.
That's all right. You were using that ahan earlier. You could use that ahan and adokahan do it, or adokahan is.
Oh. You got behind the West on Boxy.
Boxy. Nashto when you gabahansa.
Boxy.
Yeah. Exercise. Oh. Let's see. And that boxy the language symposium. Ayahan don't know way. Ayahansa. Oh. Mahayahansa.
Kitlox.
Are you going to teach?
Oh, Mox.
Mahaya don't see. You could teach.
I'm learning. That's what I need.
Anio.
It's good though.
I think Cassandra got muted there. Let's go over this again, and I'll do the conversation with you. Go ahead and choose eating, walking, or cooking, whichever you want to do, Mr. King. I'll be Stajati one, I guess. Histe.
It's a stongo.
It's in the
Not storage car.
Hayawata home base.
I forgot how you say, are you cook? I mean, cooking. This lady just
No flages.
noggin.
Oh yeah.
Noggin no ladies got.
Mongodos Hayawat home base. Niftezi no flaje is.
No ladies, yes.
Did you get what I said there?
Yeah, I think so.
Can you translate it for me? Por favor.
Something you're cooking. I missed the first part.
I'll say it again. Okay. Mongodos Hayawata home base. Niftezi no flaje is.
No, you're not eating right now. You'll eat later or something.
Oh, well, it's kind of like, it was almost there, but you asked me, am I eating? And I said, yeah, I'm eating. But then you asked me if I'm cooking. And I said, no, I'm eating. Earlier today, I cooked.
Oh,
So we had to go back to what you asked me, because you asked me two questions. You asked me, what am I doing? Or you asked me, what am I doing? I said home base, which is I'm eating. And then you said, Nagin no flajetsa, which is what are you cooking?
oh, okay.
And so I said, I'm not cooking, I'm eating, or earlier I cooked. Yeah, Nitaz day, Nitdaisy is like earlier in the day. But let's say, okay, let's do it over again. We can skip the first three lines and we'll just start with Nastonsa. I'll ask you, and you can pick eating, walking, or cooking. Nastonsa, Mr. King.
Ineska dogo. Yagabahando is.
Stowaden, Niskatsogo, Yagabahansa.
Get and go. I don't know if I answered that right or not.
That'll work. No, I asked you. That's correct. Get and go. Say you get and go. Your gob is. Your Yabahando is. Or whatever you want to say. Get and go. Get and go.
Get and go. Yagabahando is.
Let's say get and go. Niskutsogo, Chentogo, Demba and Alidoa. Walking distance, I guess, huh? Did you understand what I asked?
Not really.
Oh, I said Chentogo, get and go. Niskutsogo, Demba and Alidoa is like, it's get and go close to your house.
Oh, okay. Monks, Wolfman. See, I can't remember all the words. I know what I want to say though.
But that was good. That was really good. We had some pretty good practice in that one, Mr. King. I got Dan the man here. Maybe we can go over some things with him. We had him there, but Mado, Mr.
Yeah, it's good. Mvhayv, Mado, Mvhayv.
I got a real Mvhayv sitting next to me now. Miss Carolyn McNack is here to correct me when I talk.
I'm gonna put myself on mute for a little bit. I gotta eat some lunch. I'm listening to you guys, but if you have some question you need to ask me, or do you need me to do something first?
Oh no, you're good. Go ahead and eat your get and go food.
Hey, enga, hit it off.
Let's see. Dan, if you can unmute yourself, let's go through this real quick. It didn't take long, and then it'll be real quick. We'll have some practice sessions here. Inga. If not, I'll just go through it all over again. So I'll just go through all over again, and Dan, whenever you can, if you can unmute yourself and talk, and just let me know. So Nagan Ishtoitska is the phrase we're going over today. It means, what are you doing? So the way I've heard it, more commonly for me, is Nastoncha. What are you doing? Judy's heard Nagan Istoncha, and that means the same thing. What are you doing? It all depends on dialect, where you're from, how you hear it. I've even heard just Stoncha without this na. So whatever you're comfortable with and whatever you heard. Nagan Istoichka is the base of that whole thing though, not Stoncha. Okay. And then I'll break this down for you, Dan, again, since you're just now showing. Is he still in there?
Yeah, Bernard's in there now.
Oh, Bernard's here too. Oh, good. Okay, Nagan Istoichka or Nastoncha. I think we all can know that Nagan means what? The Istoichka, the Istoi, comes from Istomida, meaning to do something. This M right here will oftentimes be flipped upside down and pronounced like a W. So Istomida, Istowida both mean to do something. And that's just something you'll hear in the language, because if you pay attention, listen a little bit closely, sometimes you'll hear Momen, you'll hear Mokwin, but both of them are saying the same thing. Mowen and Mokwin, that M just, it's kind of flipped upside down for whatever reason. I don't know. Okay, so Estoichka, the Echki is you in the second person. You doing. To make it a question, add this B, make it a sound. So your sentence is Nagan Estoichka, or slang down to Nastoncha. Okay. So here are some examples of what you could say. Hombes, Yagabes, Nothlejes. All of them meaning I am eating, I am walking, I am cooking. There's different ways you could say that as well, but I'm not going to get into that just yet because it's a little bit much. So the base words of these three sentences, or three words here. Oh, Bernard and Dan, if you can unmute yourself, I'd like to hear you say these top three.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Home base, Yaga base, no Thages.
Let's say, okay, Dan.
That was Dan.
Oh, that was Dan. I'm sorry. I thought it was Bernard. Bernard, can I get you to say that, please?
Yeah. Home base, Yaga base, noticias.
Yeah. Remember to,
Leches.
yeah, remember to pronounce this I like an AY sound. Nothlejes. Nothlejes.
Noticias. Home base, Yaga base, noticias.
Let's say. And so the base words are hombida, yagabida, nothlejida. So in order to make it, I am doing these three things, you have to drop this ETB, add an I, and then add the S. The I makes it a first person as I am or me, and the S is just your ending. Similar to dos, but the S, if you're familiar with hombes, like HOMPES, hombes, he, she, or it is eating, that's where that S comes from. Home base. Now, home base. You take out the E, add the I. Home base. That S, that home base, to me, it's heard incorrectly a lot, so I stay away from that ending a lot. Home base. Yaga base. Notlejes. Okay. So we can ask questions out of this. Nagan home betsa. Estan or estamen. Yaga betsa. Nagan notlejetsa. What are you eating? Where are you walking? What are you cooking? Okay, Dan, can I get you to say those three questions up there, please?
Nagan home pizza. Istan Yaga pizza. Nagan no Thazitza.
Matse. Okay, can I get Bernard to join in and say those three, please?
Nagen home betsa. Eastern Yakabitsa. Nagen Northern Chitsa. No te chitsa.
Let's say. Okay, so now if you ask these questions without noggin and istan in front of it, it's still a question. You can say hombetsa, yogabetsa, noflejetsa. And do you, Dan, do you know what hombetsa is asking as opposed to noggin hombetsa?
You eating?
Yeah, so hombetsa would be, are you eating? When you put noggin in front of it, noggin hombetsa, it's what are you eating? More specifically, what are you eating? So similar to with stun, yogabetsa. Yogabetsa is, are you walking? If you ask estaman yogabetsa, that's where are you walking? And then noflejetsa, are you cooking? But when you add in noggin noflejetsa, what are you cooking? It's just a little bit more specific. Okay. Noggin is what? Estan, estaman, estamen, estameman, all mean where. You can use any of those 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever there are for where. Okay, so similar to the last one, hombada, yagabida, noflagida, all have that ATV ending. So in order to make this a question for somebody else, drop the ATV, add this etsha right here, the second part. Etsi is the second person for you, and to make it a question is the with a question mark. So etsi, drop that last E, add this V, etsa now. So hombetsa, yagabetsa, noflejetsa. Muddy? Okay, so now we can have some practice here. And since we have 2 new participants, Dan and Bernard, I'm going to have you guys go through this conversation here. One of you will be Stajati 1, one will be Stajati 2. And when you get to this line right here, it's the 5th line down. It says, I am eating, I'm walking, I'm cooking. Just choose one or the other, just choose one or the other. And then the person will ask the question to respond to. Okay, Bernard, can I get you to unmute your mic and talk to Dan here? Dan, I'm going to have you be Stajati 1. Bernard, I'll have you be Stajati 2.
Dan's, I'm Stajati 1.
Yes, sir.
Hisjay,
Ische. Stongo.
Stonga is os.
Nagan. Doi doa. Doi magada doa. You doing? How do I say
The Stoitska.
Istowitska?
Yeah,
Nagan Istowitska.
let's say.
Home base,
Nagan Hombits, no, Nagan Hombitska.
Let's say.
Walker Bishwa, home base.
Let's say. Very good, guys. That was really good. We ran through that one really good. That was good. Let's say. Okay, so now we'll switch the roles. Dan, you'll be Stajati 2. Bernard, you'll be Stajati 1. But don't use eating. Use walking or cooking when you get to that line.
Okay. Ische.
Hisjay, Stongo,
Doi Magada Doa. Doi Magada, I am fine, Doa.
Okay, that is Estongezos.
Stong is os. Stong is os. Stong is os.
Nakistonza, or Naganistonza.
Let's say, guys.
Cha. Hmm.
So I am walking or I am cooking. You'd be no flejes, I am cooking. I am walking would be yagabes. So either one of those,
Yagabes.
let's say.
Isten Yagabica.
Let's say yeah,
Yagabes. Mahagachuko.
Must say. That's good, guys. Bernard, on your last sentence, the where you're walking is supposed to be first. So
First.
it would be Mahagatogo Yagabes.
Yeah, I realized it as I was speaking.
That's good though. That's good though. That's very good. So since we have cooking left, we'll just switch the roles again, and then we'll go with cooking. We can skip those first three lines and just go into Nastonca or Nagadistowitska. So Bernard asked Dan what he is doing.
Charlie, number one.
Yeah, you'll be number two. On the fourth line.
Number two. I'm number two.
Yeah, you'll be number two. So, but we're starting on the fourth line. What are you
Sorry.
doing?
Okay. Nagan Nothledicha.
Oh, wait, hold on. You need to ask him first. What is he doing? So, Nastonca, Naganistowitska.
Oh, sorry. Naganistowitska.
No sé, Jay.
Say it.
Nagan Nothledicha.
Tak lekker zak Mvskoke, no sé, Jay.
Let's say, guys. Let's say. Very good. Very good. Very good. This is this whole conversation practice that we're doing here is kind of a lead in to what I want to try for next month. What Mr. King and Cassandra, I don't know if she's still in here, but we went over this and I explained it to him earlier, but I'll explain it again to you guys. But it's basically getting you guys to talk for, well, next month, we're going to get you guys to talk to each other in the language as much as you can. And we're going to learn together. So we'll start off by saying, I'll just practice with Carolyn here. She's sitting right here. She likes to practice. So Carolyn, can you come over here and stand up for me? Let me stop this share so you can see her. Okay. Say stay, Carolyn.
Stay.
Okay, so I'm going to ask Carolyn, what did she do today? And this is going to be the basis of next month's classes. So I'll ask what she did today. She'll tell me, and then we'll take turns asking her questions about the day. Okay. Don't go, Carolyn. Nagan esto es pieza.
Mungo naves. Fitani gavayes.
Buddy? Okay. Nastuan yagabetsa.
So the picnic alana.
I wanted you to add a little bit more so they can ask you questions on
Oh,
what you did today.
Oh, okay.
Hang on one time.
Ahead, keep up for whomever.
Ooh. Okay, let's say, can anybody hear her and understand her, what she was saying there, or want to guess it? Or even ask her a question if you already understood what she said? Mr. King?
Mokcha.
No, sir.
I'm saying I had breakfast.
Yeah. Ite doa.
Illinois.
Yeah. Oh no.
Say. Bernard, do you have a question for Miss Carolyn out of what she said? In the language, if you don't know it, then we can help you.
Well, she said she had breakfast, right?
Yeah.
Nagin home bits cha.
Let's see. Carolyn?
Duck leg, đúng one.
You ate sour cornbread for breakfast?
No,
I don't know.
no, it's not sour. I said,
Oh, you didn't say, no, that's duck leg gamoxi, right? I don't know
Yeah.
where that came from. Right? But you ate cornbread for breakfast. That's still pretty strange.
no. No, that ain't what I said.
Let's see. Go ahead, Carolyn.
Okay. So stop Mvhayv đúng one. Bis dilik mi đúng one. Waga bisi duck leggy. Buggy. Duck leguzi. Mambap to where. Hazilimo.
Okay, did that make a little bit more sense there, Bernard? It wasn't cornbread.
I'm sure it made more sense to Mvhayv Carolyn.
Was that biscuits? Was it
Oh.
biscuits?
Yeah,
Biscuits
ahead.
with meat inside? Is that what you said?
yeah. I was describing what was between the biscuit.
Mm.
Oh, you do go
Huh?
You do go back.
I was saying I had a sausage, cheese, and scrambled egg on biscuits with potato.
Let's see. Okay, Dan, do you have a question for Miss Carolyn in the language if you can?
I think I'm having connection problems. It keeps cutting out, but I heard welcome to see duck leg, what you had for breakfast. So I'll ask Nagin Nothejitska. Or do I say Mojanit Nagin Nothejitska?
Nagin no leza guru hahit giezi.
Did you understand what she said on that one?
It's cutting out again. I can't really hear too good.
That's all right. We can go to Cassandra. If you're listening, Cassandra, did you hear what our response was to that?
Hold on, Marcus.
Hahit giezi da nagin no leza guru.
Nope, I did not understand that.
You did go back.
I said I did not cook nothing this morning. Compliments of Paskova Deere. He was the king this morning. They come from Burger King.
Hello, dos J.
Uh-huh.
Let's see.
Mhm.
But that was just the Mado, Carolyn, Mado.
Bingo.
But that was, yeah, that's good. But that was just an example of kind of what I want us to go through next month for our class. And it could be just simple questions as what did you eat? You know, where did you get it? You know, was it good? Just little things like that, just to get us talking in the language. But I think the last time I did something like this, it turned out to be pretty fun because there was a lot of laughing and talking about food. Pretty much once the judges get together, it's all laughing and food. So this should be pretty fun. If you guys want to join, that'll be next month, starting Monday and Wednesday, 12 to 1. If I have any questions, anybody want to go over right now would be the time to ask.
Mado, haram chi jalis.
Oh, Mado, Mr. King, Mado. But yeah, that's going to be it for now, I guess. Baksida adokahana. Well, language symposium, I don't know it. So tomorrow I'm not going to work, but I'm going to that language symposium, or we're all going to that language symposium. We're not going to have classes tomorrow. Do you have
Will you be posting new times and a new link for starting next week, or will it be the same times, same link.
It's the same link.
I just talked to, or Jordan just said that it'll be the same link, but there'll be a new flyer out for it to post it somewhere pretty soon.
Okay.
But yeah, it'll be the same link for mine. And then also, Stephen has class at 3 today, Mvhayv Stephen, and then he'll be back again on Friday. But as for me and Carolyn, we're done for the rest of the week because we don't have any more classes. But you'll see me on next Monday. Carolyn, however, we don't have any classes set up for them next week, Carolyn and Stephen, because they have we're trying to get them into public schools to teach, so I'm not sure if they're scheduled just yet. Mono, but because of my Inagafka, that's why you don't know. Adam, Tihijagatis, Maro, to get a stay.
Hello, Chichikathis.
But Mvhayv, you got this.